right, man. Y'all can let me know. Y'all know y'all good for this. Let me know if I'm wrong in the comment section. I don't even remember like this type of stuff when I was growing up. So apparently, it's about Malik Beasley. Now, from what I remember growing up, if you had a player on your roster, and I think you had the bird rights, you can spend as much money on him as you want to and go over the cap, right? If you wanted to, you can go over the cap just to keep that player. Now, what I understand that if you get too far over the cap, over this luxury cap threshold, you got to pay an additional tax, a high tax. Speaking from a team in Tom Gores who was willing just to pay Monty Williams to go away, I don't think that would be an issue. Now, from what I read, the Pistons are 21. They have $21 million before they hit that luxury tax threshold. So what they're saying right now with their Bird exception, they only can offer him $7 million. So there's a few teams that I put on the screen. I think Charlotte might be one. Brooklyn might be one. You hear the Knicks are also interested if they're not on that list of being one of those teams that can offer Malik Beasley. All right, so let's talk about it. Check out Detroit. This thing keep flying over my head. Check out Detroit Pistons Talk playlist. Thumbs up the video. Share the video. Subscribe to the channel. All right, excuse me, whatever that is. I don't know what the hell that is. Keep flying over. It might be a helicopter. I can't see it. But so for the most part, all offseason, Malik Beasley has been rocking Detroit Piston gear. Since the allegations, and like I said, everybody's saying, "Oh, we owe him an apology." Who's been the guy that's been telling y'all that I really didn't believe it? I don't watch other Piston YouTubers, to be honest, but there's a lot of people on the internet apologize, and I told y'all to begin with, a lot of this was just common sense. Let me tell you something. When you get indicted by the feds or anybody, bro, he didn't get indicted. He was under investigation. You're under investigation. A lot of times, when they say you're under investigation, they got enough on you to book you. They got enough on you to indict you and bring charges up on you. Then that's a whole different ball game, because when the feds come and get you, they got like a 96, 97% chance of conviction, right? There's only been a handful of people, especially since the Rockefeller law, that's beat the feds. Those who are into hip hop, Murder Inc. was one of them people. Irv Gotti, rest in peace to him, rest in power to him. Chris Gotti and the whole Shanti Ja Rule, they beat the feds. They lost a lot of money to do so. So it's still like they win, right? So when they say we're under investigation, and they've been investigating him about I'm gonna say about around 2 months. So you gotta go June, July, about almost 3 months, almost seemed like 90 days, and they found nothing. Like Terry Rozier, they investigated him for a year, and they found we found something, and they found nothing. A lot of this shit is just witch hunt, and I said this in my video this morning, Friday morning about it. The reason why they're going after athletes, prominent athletes, is because they want to make a name. When you make a name, you can stop being a district attorney, move up into politics, start your own law firm, because now you got the credential, you got the notch on your belt. This is why you see some lawyers take high-profile pro bono cases or just take pro bono cases, because obviously you got to get the practice, but also you do pro bono because guess what? If I can get this person off and I can get that person off, it helps build your portfolio. In law, you have to build your portfolio to make partner, to move. This is what it is. Some of them is doing it because, do pro bono once they make it, because they know lawyers are shiesty. You start talking about some of the most immoral occupations, y'all don't really think about it, but lawyers. And also, people in the healthcare system is very, very low on the moral totem pole. We talking about whole occupations as far as females, nurses, and CNAs, and flight attendants, and that's just slinging that coochie walk around, right? But it's talking about on the overall immoral place as human beings, like lawyers. A lot of lawyers are at the bottom of the barrel. You get known murderers off. You convict innocent people as a district attorney just to build your profile. You lock people up that that are innocent. Where do you think you're going in the afterlife? Do you think anything is going to happen fantastic, good for you it's going to be a nice ending. 9 times out of 10, it's not. A lot of people think because you don't see people suffering that they don't suffer. A lot of people suffer in silence. They just don't turn on TikTok and tell you about it, right? So they do these things to get their weight up. So I was I don't know. Like I said, from my point of view, I was the one that was in his corner, to be honest, because I'm somebody that like to read, so I read all these things to come up with video ideas, so I can do as many videos as I do a day. And one thing that just clicked in my mind was I remember Montana Yo, which was his wife and his estranged wife at this point. She said she was divorcing him. He wasn't tripping about it. Okay. Then this indictment come up. At the end of the day, I know how women operate. Women, I'm not saying she did this, it's allegedly. I know that they get mad and they'll destroy everything, including themselves, to destroy you. You have to understand that. Don't underestimate women. And then after they destroy everything, then they looking stupid because they, especially young women, especially who think they're attractive, think they bad bitches, that think they top of the totem pole, they want to destroy you when you make them mad or whatever. So it doesn't surprise me, allegedly, if she did that, just to throw off his money. You'd be like, well, why would she do that? She would hurt their money. They don't care. They take their kids and get mad at you and hold their kids hostage. If they don't care about their kids and willing to sacrifice for their kids, why would they sacrifice money? These women won't sacrifice for their kids. Why would they sacrifice sanity and money and comfortability? They won't. So that's what always looked at me at Witch Hunt, because within a 2-week period in this investigation, because that means they already been looking at them, within a 2-week investigation period, you would have seen an indictment that been brought up. Or you would have heard it, and they about to indict Malik Beasley. They about to bring charges up on Malik Beasley. Once about 2-3 weeks at the most passed up, you can just tell somebody gave them some hateful information, some bitter information on Malik Beasley. But to continue on about the money situation, I thought that the Pistons can go into the over the cap space limit to resign him regardless, because he was on the roster last year, and I think that's his bird rights. So I think they own his bar. I think they can go over the cap limit to get him, and they can go over 20. They can go up to $21 million before they start getting really taxed. So I think before they offered him, I think the team that got the most money is around 14, 15 million. I think it was a 3-year, $45 million contract or something like that. So I think it was 3 years, maybe 42 or 40, something like that, whatever, right? So about 14, 15 roughly. So, one thing about it, people are like, oh, get him out of here and whatever, because how the playoffs. So I'm not worried about that. I would spend the money and keep him. He wanted to be here. He was a great fit. He had some playoff blues. So what? It was a great fit for him. I would go if I can, give him more than that 7, give him that 14 we offering, whatever it was we offering, is keep it moving. And then I'll figure the rest out later. But obviously, the Javonte Green guy could be cut. That could be a couple more dollars they put in their pocket. But I would keep him. It's just a great fit. Just think about how powerful you could be off the bench. LeVert, Robinson, Malik. That's 3. Stewart, Ron Holland. So they got a really powerful bench at that point. Obviously, to create more. If that's not the case, if I'm wrong, which y'all will let me know in the comment section. If that's not the case, then you can move some other people and create some more cap space, to be honest. So you can move somebody and create some more cap space. But for the most part, I think they've been in touch with him the whole time. He was rocking Piston gear. Wouldn't surprise me if he came back. Hopefully he comes back. It's a great fit. Just my opinion on it. But they would have a very, very powerful bench. They would have a very, very powerful bench. I mean, you got Karras, Robinson, Bees, Stu, Hollins. Only question is who gonna handle the rock off that bench. So, as soon as they signed the Javonte Green guy, it's like, oh, come Malik Beasley. I think one of those spots is left open for Beasley and or a point guard. But maybe they might throw it in Marcus Sasser's hands this year. But yeah, most definitely, I just think the fit was too good. People got caught up in what happened last year with the. Make sure my mic on in the playoffs. Oh, he had a bad. You happens. It happens. Everybody is not going to perform peak in the playoffs. Sometimes you got to get there a couple of times and bump your head. You know, Peyton Manning was consistently ass in the playoffs. They lost to the Dolphins, the Steelers, the Patriots. Sometimes you got to, people think, oh, it's your first time here, or every time here you're going to be great. Not every time. Michael Jordan didn't make every game winning shot. Neither did Kobe, neither did LeBron. You're going to have your ups and downs. You know, people just think, oh, if you don't perform, get them out of here. Like, you know, but hey, thumbs up the video, share the video, subscribe to the channel, check out Detroit Pistons Talk playlist. Thumbs up the video. Find me on X, Instagram, Spotify, Anchor, Cash App, Venmo, PayPal. Everything is in my link tree. First link in the description. Peace. Check out Detroit Pistons Talk playlist.